So no matter what you do, there's going to be a cost. For instance, only 24% of American adults have a will. If you don't have a will, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Uh, it's in the state of New York, you do have a will. The bad news is the state of New York's written it for you. 60% of Medicaid or of nursing home residents are covered by Medicaid. The average cost of private nursing home rooms over 100,000. Matter of fact, in the state of New York, the average cost is roughly $450 to $510 a day. Basically, that's 13.5 to 16.5 a month and 165 to $190,000 per year. So post-retirement estate plans require ongoing updates and coordination across beneficiaries, taxes, and documents. This is not a set and forget kind of thing. Okay, mistake number one, outdated beneficiary designations. In the 1980s, Jeff and Margaret were dating. He named her as his 401k beneficiary. After a few years, they went their separate ways. He never changed the designation. In 2015, he died. And all that money went to Margaret because the courts ruled that the designation took priority over the will, so his family got nothing. So if you got an IRA, a 401k, you got life insurance, it will ignore what's in your will. Ex-spouses still listed as beneficiaries. That happens. Outdated forms from 30 years ago. So review every account annually to ensure the designations align with your current wishes. Name both primary and contingent beneficiaries to prevent probate defaults. Verify designation after marriage, divorce, births, and deaths. Like I said, without updates, a 401k or IRA can end up where you didn't want it. Mistake number two, not planning for being incapacitated. Without the proper documents, your family cannot access your accounts or make medical decisions in the event you become incapacitated. About 60% of people will become incapacitated at some point. I had a client who had a power of attorney in place. Just weeks prior to his 64th birthday, it came to my attention he'd been diagnosed with early Alzheimer's. My supervision said I could no longer take directions from him, but fortunately for him, the power of attorney person was able to give me directions. Because of this, it made things a lot easier for his families. They didn't need to go to court to manage his financial affairs. So you get a durable financial power of attorney. It grants authority to make financial decisions if you're unable to communicate. You got to choose a trusted person who understands how you want financial affairs handled during incapacity. And then there's the healthcare power of attorney. It has different names in different states. It appoints someone to receive medical information and make treatment decisions when you cannot. Parents, when your kids go off to college, if there's nothing in writing, the college or whatever medical professional won't be able to release information without their say-so. And if they're unconscious, that could be problematic. Include a living will specifying types of medicine or treatments you want or don't want in terminal states. And without a healthcare proxy, family may face court battles over end-of-life decisions with devastating emotional consequences. The Terri Schiavo case. She had no healthcare power of attorney. This lack resulted in an emotionally charged 7-year battle. Failing to coordinate wills and trusts. Okay, if something passes through the will, it goes through probate, and this is public. Anybody can see what you own and anybody can object. The trust, items put in the trust, bypasses probate and transfers assets immediately. A will directs asset distribution after death, but must go through court. A revocable living trust allows you to transfer ownership during your lifetime, providing immediate and private distribution to beneficiaries upon death. Consider a trust if you have property in multiple states, have a blended family, you just want privacy or you're concerned about beneficiaries mismanaging inheritance. Most comprehensive estate plans use both documents together to cover all the assets and contingencies effectively. Always get attorneys involved in this stuff because they know how to make it right. Ignoring tax planning opportunities. When you die, if you have over a certain amount of money, there are estate and sometimes inheritance taxes. On the federal level, it's 15 million per individual, 30 million per married couple. After that, the feds take 40%, generally speaking. Retirement income services sources change tax situations requiring estate plans updates to address required minimum distribution and inherited IRA rules. Those changed back in 2019. So if you have a plan that was in place 2019 or before, you may need to get that updated because recent law eliminated stretch IRAs for most beneficiaries, forcing distributions within 10 years and increasing tax planning importance. Evaluate whether step up in basis rules and trust reporting requirements could quietly reduce what heirs receive even without the estate taxes. One thing, in case you're thinking, if I've got a terminal disease, I'll just give away all my stuff to my family beforehand. Well, if you give more than $19,000 per person, you have to file gift tax and it comes off your 15 million or your 30 million. Get a tax professional and an attorney in on that. Roth conversions. You can convert traditional IRAs to Roth IRAs for tax-free inheritance and estate efficiency. Charitable giving. If you've got appreciated assets, you might consider donating them to reduce the taxable estate while supporting causes you value. And spouse portability. If you have more than 15 million and your spouse doesn't, they need to file within 9 months IRS Form 706 to make sure your 15 million exemption doesn't go away. The Medicaid look-back trap. Now, here's the way this works. If you go into a nursing home, Medicaid is one of the possible sources to pay for your nursing home care. If you've given away anything within the last 60 months, it can make you ineligible for Medicaid for a period of time. So keep in mind, nursing home costs exceed $100,000 per year. So the Medicaid penalty periods are calculated based by dividing transfer amounts by nursing home costs. Adding children to deeds like your house exposes your assets to creditors in divorce proceedings. Irrevocable trusts require a 5-year advance planning to remove assets from the countable statuses. If you get one of these irrevocable trusts, one mistake I've heard happen is you don't transfer it in, and the clock starts ticking when the asset gets transferred in. And you've got to ensure compliance structures are in place early to avoid panic transfers when care becomes imminent. So, need to gather all your estate documents, beneficiary forms, and account statements to assess your current status. Start by reviewing beneficiary designations on every retirement account, life insurance policy, and payable and death account to ensure they match your intentions. Execute a durable power of attorney and healthcare power of attorney documents because there's a good chance you'll need them. If you're within 5 years of potentially needing long-term care or have assets exceeding 15 million, consult with an elder care attorney about Medicaid planning and trust structures. It's not a one-time event. Commit to annual reviews to keep pace with life changes, new accounts, and evolving tax laws. Okay, members of your team. I'm a little bit biased, but in my opinion, the financial advisor is the head coach. They maintain the big picture and coordinates the other players. Attorneys, they're the ones that get your legal documents properly in place and implemented. CPAs and enrolled agents, they ensure tax compliance. Sometimes you'll need to include an insurance professional, but the key thing is they need to be coordinated. And that financial advisor, that's the person to coordinate everything. When you graduate, be it from welding school, law school, or engineering school, you're going to need a different plan for every individual situation. During your working years, your big important question is, am I saving enough and is it in the right path? Glide path to retirement. This is what I've labeled the last 10 years prior to retirement. Will the USS retirement be shipshape on the appointed day? Basically, will you be able to retire and meet your retirement goals, which is how do I avoid running out of money before I run out of life? And then there's the legacy. is what I worked hard for to get to where I want it to after I'm done with retirement. I can be reached at herwirefinancial.com. I do in-person Zoom and phone appointments. Just click on that schedule an appointment button in the upper right-hand corner of my website. I'm licensed, like I said, I'm licensed and registered across several states and can easily add states if there's a need. If you want to schedule an appointment, click on that button. Want to see more videos like this? Go to my website and click on the YouTube channel button. It's that red button in between the Facebook and LinkedIn buttons. If your friends want more information, they can follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. For those who prefer the good old-fashioned telephone, 518-631-2569. Do not text that number. We'll both be sad because I will not get that text. Opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance reference is historical. No guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged, may not be invested in directly. All data is believed to be from reliable sources. However, no representation is made as to its completeness or accuracy. None of this is to be construed as tax or legal advice. Consult your advisor prior to taking any action. This information is intended to be educational, not tailored to the investment needs of any specific investor. All investing involves risk, including loss of principal. No strategy assures success or protects against loss. There is no guarantee that a diversified portfolio will enhance overall returns or outperform a non-diversified portfolio. Diversification does not protect against market risk. Hey, everybody, have a great week. I'll see you next time.